the the point I'm trying to make is like for noobs out there, like don't listen to day 9, for example. Listen to what I'm telling you, and you got to understand basic concepts before you can move up to like high level stuff, because high level stuff doesn't apply to everyday use. It's only like tournaments and high end play, which everybody does not play. The meta game is not every game. The way I play is I'm aiming to change the world pretty much of StarCraft 2. Um, I'm a full time student, so I can't play a lot, but basically the whole all in and like these words that these people use, I don't agree with them like at all, because they're stupid and they're generally said against like if you're being hella freaking greedy. Like if you have, like if you're Terran and you have a command center and you build one barracks and then you build a freaking command center, like that's hella greedy. Like that's no better than doing a 4 gate, for example. Because oh yeah, you have no economy. Well, you have no army. You see what I'm saying? So it's like the same freaking concept, except this is accepted and this is kind of shunned. But personally, I like this route because it's a lot more interesting. Like this is hella boring. You sit there for like 20 minutes and like nothing goes on, right? So like where's the fun in that? I don't get it. But when I do the 4 gate, that's basically how I feel. Because you can pretty much with Terran, you can defend anything with these 3 Raxes. God dang. You can defend anything with those 3 Raxes, right? As a Terran. Well, eventually, your opponent, if he's playing right and not like these pros, if he's playing right, he's going to be doing the same thing. What people do is they're like, oh, I'm going to make a command center, I'm going to make a supply depot, I'm going to build SCVs, and I'm going to make a command center, and I'm going to make a barracks, 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 a barracks, a barracks, a barracks, a barracks, a barracks, you know, whatever. It's generally like, I think what they do is like, let's say Protoss, for example, 7 gate. You know, the way I play, I build this, and then make 3 or 4. This isn't there. I'll make 3 to 4, and I'll see what's going on. If I see my opponent expanding or about to expand or is being greedy, I can go and kill him right now. Or I can expand, throw 3 more on, because that's basically like the 4 gate. Like if you do a 7 gate, that's the same damn thing as the freaking 4 gate. It's the same freaking thing. The only difference is you have another base, but you have more shit to build, just like the freaking 4 gate. You see what I'm saying? Like it's the same concept. So, but it's again, it's more acceptable because God knows why. Like yeah, it's common as shit because it freaking works, you know. And it doesn't suck later on. It's just that eventually people stop being so aggressive. Like Zergs, for example, like people complain like Zerg endgame is so OP. Okay, well fucking stop them from getting there. You know, don't let them just kind of basically look at it this way. One building from each race, right? A Terran, we'll say, we'll start with the Terran, right? A Terran is 1, 2, you know, this is their production, right? And then, like, that's after a while. And then they get mules, which basically is just like, it gives you, like, it gives you, like, this many workers for the moment. I think it's like, no, actually it gives you 4. Yeah, because it gives you 20 per return. So, it's basically like adding another 4 workers with mules. So pretty much like on one base you have 24. If you have 20 workers, you have the economy of a 24 worker base, right? Protoss, the reason why they can do well is because in 5 minutes, I'll say in 5 minutes, you'll get a certain amount of money. A Protoss, they can get workers faster, but in 5 minutes you should have about the same thing if they're playing the race how they're supposed to be played. As in, one SCV builds something, SCV builds something, SCVs build something, right? So they lose the 4, or I'll say 5, let's go, but we'll say there's 5 there, and then, so these go away, then the mule comes down, and gives you 5, 10, 15, 20, it gives you 4, right? So, you know, you don't need to be throwing 5 barracks down, you generally only want to build 4. Anyways, I'm getting too in detail with that. You got the basic idea. a mule is supposed to replace this kind of stuff, you know. But the way Terrans are playing is they're like 50 mules, and the reason why that works is because people allow it to get there. If you don't allow it to get there, the game is completely freaking different, and that's the game that I play and live to play, you know. Protoss, like I said, they do it faster, and that's their perk. They do it faster, you know. So this makes up for it. They just do it faster so they can keep up with that. And then a Zerg, here's the deal with the Zerg. This is why you need to be pressure. This is why you always need a pressure, because a Zerg, you know, workers, and then generally they early expand, right? They think it's like mandatory for you to early expand it, which I don't agree with. Basically, they get the queen out, and now they're building 3 workers every 1 work cycle. So in 5 minutes, they're gonna have like this many workers, right? So think of that. Even when you have 2 bases and you have this times 2 and this times 2, because you had 2 bases, a Zerg will have 3 bases and this times 2. So either way, it's the same thing. All you did is moved it up on the spectrum. It's the same freaking thing, because they're going to have workers from this base now, and they're going to have workers from this base now, you know? So it really doesn't matter. That's basically what I'm trying to get at. And each one will have queens, and then when you finally do attack, there's a chance that they might get like 2, what do they call them? Just in case bases, macro hatch. You know, so when you do attack, suddenly there's like 50 units that pop up. But here's the difference. You can respond with 10. They respond with 50. Now, so they killed your attack, and now you respond and you defend, but then they attack with 50 again, and in that time you made half of that supply, basically. So now that's why Zerg is so fucking strong in game. And people don't realize the way I play is basically I don't do any of this shit. The reason why I don't like the metagames is because it's freaking stupid. Because this is a metagame. Command center. I know you're not going to do anything, so I'm going to make a command center. You're still not doing anything, so let's throw down 8 Raxes. Still not doing anything. Okay, command center and a command center. And that's the metagame for Terran. And then Protoss is Nexus, Gateway, Nexus, and then 7 Gate. It's supposed to be a G, but that works because I made shapes here. So 7 Gate, and that's it. They go here. They do this so they don't have to make so many SCVs. And then here it's because they're just trying to be aggressive. So technically it's the same freaking thing. It's just a different method. And mine will stop this one. Like 100%, it'll kill those two. Like 100%. I know that for a fucking fact. Like Protoss, at the very least, my opening beats everybody. When they do greedy starts, I always beat people. Like 100%. Like I'm not even fucking kidding. Like unless they play standard, is when I have problems. But if they hella greedy, I win every time. I'm not saying my problems I lose. I'm just saying like it's a good fight at that point. Like then we have a legit match. But if you're greedy at the start, then I'm gonna fucking kill you. And that's basically how it is. And people, you keep me all in. And I'm like, okay, expand 8 times again. Yeah, cool. And for Zerg, the metagame is hatch, spawning pool, hatch. You notice anything? And it varies against like races, like against the Protoss. That's basically what they do. Against Terran, they might not get this one, but if they don't get that one, that's because Terran didn't get these. You know, and that's basically how the metagame works. And they're just scouting to see what the hell's going on. Whereas me, I'm just like, and possibly, who knows? Or, like sometimes they get it up, sometimes they don't. But like I said, the only time I will fuck up, like the only time this will ever happen, or this will ever happen, is if I fucked up or if I got like Terran, because I'm not very good at Terran. Like they're my worst, I would say. Protoss is my best because I mained them before I started playing random. And yeah.